All right, here is a video for JJ.2. This is experimental probability. So we have a question. A factory inspector found flaws in 2 out of 10 wooden boxes. What is the experimental probability that the next wooden box will also be flawed? Write it as a fraction and simplify it. So the probability that it's flawed, the whole point of experimental probability is whatever you've been noticing happen, it's the same chance of it happening again, more or less. Okay, so the experimental probability is the number of times that an event occurs out of the total number of trials. So how many flawed boxes were there? Well, there was 2. Out of how many? Well, they said it was out of 10. Make sure you reduce. You can either just know how to reduce a fraction. They're both divisible by 2. Or you can just Google reduce 2 over 10 and it'll reduce it for you. So a grocery store recently sold 8 cans of soup, 2 of which were lentil soup. What is the probability that the next can of soup will also be lentil soup? Well, there were 2 lentil soups out of 8 cans. That's probably going to be the probability still because it's just experimental. Reduce, this is divisible by 2, this is divisible by 2, 1 over 4. Hannah runs a daycare. One of the last 10 children to enroll at the daycare center, of the last 10 children to enroll at the daycare center, 2 of them have been babies. What's the experimental probability that the next child will be a baby? Well, if 2 of them were babies out of 10, that's 1/5. Hopefully you notice how easy these are. Okay, that is all the ones I did because they're all very, very similar.